So let's go ahead. First step to solve this would be what? What are we going to do with the 4? Yeah, you could actually do both. You could divide it, but we'll just distribute it because I think that's what we're used to doing. So we'll distribute the 4. So that'll be 4 times A, which is 4A, plus 4 times 3, which is 12. All right, now what am I going to do? Subtract the 12 from both sides. So 4A equals 8. And then divide both sides by 4. So A equals 2. All right, any questions about how we did our first one? Let's go ahead and start our second one. So distribute the 5. And then distribute the 4. So that would be 5y plus 5. Bring down the plus 2. And that equals 4y plus 8. Bring down the minus 6. All right, so let's start combining our like terms. So we can add together these two because they're like terms and they're on the same side. So that would be 5y plus 7. And on the right, we can add together these two. And what is positive 8 minus 6? 8 minus 6 would be positive 2. So let's subtract the 4y from both sides. So 1y plus 7 equals 2. And then let's subtract 7 from both sides. So 1y equals negative 5. And that would be your answer. All right, any questions about our bell work? So we're going to continue multiplying, except now yesterday we multiplied with our box, but now we're going to multiply a 2 by a 3. So we're making a bigger box. So in your note packet, flip to page 8. Now this is one of your homework questions, so we'll do this one first and then we'll multiply using our bigger box. This is also a test question. So it says, Jacinta is framing her newest painting. The dimensions of the frame with the painting are represented by, so this would be the width, and the length is 2y plus 6. And they want us to find the area. Who remembers the formula to how to find an area? How do you find the area of a rectangle? Does anybody remember how to find the area of a rectangle? L times W, yeah, length times width. So what we're going to do to find the area is we're actually multiplying 5y minus 5 times 2y plus 6. So let's make your box. So this is what we did yesterday. Make your box, because anytime it's a 2 by 2, we need to make a box. Put the 5y minus 5 on the top, 2y plus 6 down the side. Go ahead and fill in all 4 squares. All right, so in the first square, we have 5y times 2y, which is 10y squared. 2y times negative 5 is a negative 10y. 5y times 6 is 30y. And 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. Who had that in their 4 squares? All right, good. So now we're ready to combine our like terms, and that would be these two because they both have a y. So my final answer is 10y squared and then it would be plus 20y minus 30. And that's the area. So that's the area of this rectangle. And they didn't give us a unit. Did they give us a unit? They didn't say inches, yards, feet. So we'll just say that's the area. And that is a test question where it's a word problem and it asks you to find the area. When you see the word area, remember area means multiply. Area means you multiply. Perimeter is adding. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to page 8. And now we're still going to find the product. Product means multiply. When you see the word product, that means multiply. So I want you to notice that we have a binomial multiplied by a trinomial. So that means when I make my box, I have to make it longer. So instead of making a box that's a 2 by 2, I have to make a box that's a 3 by 2. So down the side, I'm going to put my x plus 3. And then across the top, put your x squared minus x minus 9. So it's the same concept that we've been doing, except now we have more squares to fill in. So remember, you're adding your exponents. So this has a 1 and this has a 1. So let's go ahead and fill in the top row first. So x times x squared would be x cubed. X times negative x would be a negative x squared. So in that box, you have a negative x squared. And then x times negative 9 is negative 9x. So now let's do our bottom row. We're multiplying everything up here by 3. So when I multiply this top row by 3, I get a positive 3x squared, a negative 3x, and a negative 27. So when we fill in our like terms, we actually have 2. So these are like terms because they both have x squared, so we can add those together. And then these are also like terms because they both have just 1x. So we're going to start with the highest exponent, which is x cubed. So we have x cubed. And what do you get when you add these together? So I have a negative 1 plus 3. Negative 1, because that's a negative 1 right here. Negative 1 plus 3 is positive 2x squared. And then negative 3 plus negative 9 is a negative 12x. And then minus 27. All right, let's do a couple more. So let's go to page 9. We're going to make a box again. So again, we're making a longer box. So when you make your longer box, you're going to put the m-3 down the side, and then across the top is m squared plus m minus 5. Go ahead, multiply this top, multiply everything in this top row by m, fill it in here. Remember, you're adding your exponents and multiplying your numbers. So go ahead, take a moment and try to fill that in. Fill in all 6 squares. All right, so we would have m to the power of 3, and then m to the power of 2, negative 5m. Who had that in the top row? In our bottom row, we would have negative 3m squared, negative 3m, positive 15. Who had that in their bottom row? All right, good. So you have to make sure all 6 of your boxes match my boxes. All 6 have to match my 6. So if they don't, fix the ones that aren't a match. And now we're ready to combine our like terms. So these two are like terms because they're both m squareds. And these two are like terms. So my final answer would be m to the power of 3 minus 2m squared minus 8m plus 15. All right, one more question. Let's go ahead and make our box. I don't like to use the letter S because it looks like a 5. So I'm gonna really try to make sure that it doesn't. So we have s minus 1 down the side, and then 2s squared plus 3s plus 4. All right, go ahead and fill in all 6 squares. All right, so we would have a 2s cubed. Who had 2s cubed in the first one? And then what did you put in this second one, everybody? What goes right here? 3s squared. Good job. All right, keep going. What goes here? 4s squared. Just a 4 and an s. Yep. All right, bottom row. Everybody, what goes right here? -2 or +2? And is it, how many s's go in this box? So it'll be -2s squared. All right, what about this next box? -3s, good. And then our last box, -4. I think I'm gonna change that to an X because I don't like S's. S's look like 5s to me. Okay, so these are like terms. We can add these together. And these are like terms. So our final answer would be 2s cubed. And then what did you get? What would you get when you add those 2 green squares? What is 3 minus 2? +1 s squared. Now add together your 2 pink ones. What would you get? That's a 4 and a -3. +1 again. And -4. All right. That's it for today. I'm going to use this time to work on your homework. Homework 3, you can get done just about all of it. We only have a few questions left. I'm passing out the study guide on Monday also, and your test or your quiz is on Thursday.